Welcome, Three Cushion sports fans, to the 2026 USBA National Championship here in Bergen, Billiards, New Jersey. My name is Ira Lee, and I will be your host, and we are watching an exciting match between Pedro Piedrabuena and Henry Ugartechea. And they are about to start the opening lag. We're at the tail end of the qualification round of Group D, where out of seven players playing in round robin, the top three will advance to the knockout phase starting tomorrow. Right now, Pedro Piedrabuena is undefeated as they complete their opening lag. That's very interesting here because Pedro has not lost a lag for the whole tournament. He's a very detail-oriented, and he's meticulous from the start to the finish. Never takes anything for granted. The break shot, of course, is one of the most important shots. The only way to guarantee you will get that is you have to win the lag. Henry Ugartechea is now fighting for his spot in the top three. Looks like he has a good chance to make it. He so far only has one loss by 1 point to Eric Valerio, who is also in the running to make it. And it's going to come down to average. If you guys will remember, you may remember Henry defeated five-time national champion Hugo Patino last year, giving Hugo Patino, a person who's not used to losing, a loss during the preliminary round. And he is now going to attempt to do the same here. If he does, he would cement his position in the top three. But even if he loses, it'll depend on his average. So we're going to be sure to expect Henry to give his best effort to ensure his spot into the knockout phase tomorrow. Pedro's been playing very, very strong. His best game this preliminary round was a 9-inning game yesterday against Ellis Lawrence with an average of 3.333. Some top world-class play from Pedro, as we always are used to seeing. Currently, Pedro is tied with the high run of 11 of the tournament so far. And that's a mark we'll likely see beaten before the tournament is over. Beautiful execution. Pushes the red. Big as a watermelon in the corner. Eventually, we're going to probably see Pedro try to play this 4 or 5 rails coming short, the short side of the red, backing it up. Just take 4 rails. Pedro, of course, looking to win his 13th U.S. National Championship. He's currently tied with Sang Lee with 12 national championships. And he fell short of the mark last year, falling to Raymond Groot, who is our current national champion. So we can be sure that Pedro is going to be looking to take this championship down. He is the favorite, strongest player of the field on paper, but he will, of course, want to beat this national record of 12 national championships. Sang-Lee, of course, the late Sang-Lee, his record was not only 12, it was 12 consecutive national championships. Pedro, not quite consecutive. He did have some interruptions in his overall record, losing matches to Hugo and to Miguel and other great players. Henry just nearly misses the 5-railer. Okay, some short angle here by Pedro. Chooses to go 5 rails. Very smartly pushing the yellow into the corner. Interesting that he was looking to... It looked like he was lining up for a short angle. Yeah, looks like he was. He's going to stun this to the long rail. Very nice. Complete control. Look at this opening. He'll play short, long, short off the left side of the yellow. With a thin ball. Ooh, a little too thin. Possibly got a little lucky. So he was trying to play that yellow very slowly to leave it on the same rail as the red balls near to open himself up for another easy shot. But took a gamble, trying to make, maybe thinking too far ahead in that case. Right now in the tournament, there's only one player with a higher average, general average, and that's Hugo Patino. He's averaging 1.622. He's averaging 1.622. And not looking like he's slowing down. Very consistent. Ooh, Henry playing in a short angle. Oh, he played it rail first. Very interesting. Very dangerous to leave Pedro open shots like this. So many choices. Just hits the ball a little thin. English grabbed a little too much on the second rail and not enough on the third rail to open it up. And Henry knows he has to capitalize on some of these early mistakes by Pedro if he's going to upset him. Henry apparently trying to play that 3 rails instead of 5. Came slightly long. And leaves Pedro with a short angle. Very, very thin on the red. No English. Just roll the ball. Feather thin. Perfect. A little unfortunate to leave if he can't see the inside of the red ball. He might be able to go 4 rails around the yellow. He's aiming it like he can see the left side of the red ball. So let's see what he does. Yeah. He might be able to just barely see the inside of the red. If so, just needs to make sure he avoids a kiss with the red. And he kisses it out. That's exactly where the ball just left town. Okay, so Henry looking to attack this as a bank shot. Pretty much hit any amount of the white ball and make the shot. So let's see what happens. Ooh. So it's possible he could have made that hitting the red if he hit the other side of the red. But gives the table right back to Pedro. We're playing to 30 points. All the matches of the preliminary rounds. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow will be 30 points. Starting in the knockout phase tomorrow, we'll be playing to 40 points. Perfect control. All the balls in the middle. Pedro can see both sides of both balls, and I think he's going to choose the easiest, most natural route, which is to roll off the left side of the yellow ball. Looks like he's going to go off the right side with a little speed. His right side of the yellow. There it is. And the speed to seal the deal. He gets rewarded. He can play this as a flat short angle from the red. Or if he wants to solve his problems, he can go off the right side of the yellow and go 4 rails. I think for sure he's going to play off the red. If he banks the red to the opposite corner, he should have a good leave. Still needs to thread the needle here. Cinches it. Brings him back to the same side of the table. It's a great shot. Well, a lot of kisses off the yellow. unless he plays it short. He'll probably play the short angle from the red ball. Well, looks like he's found a route from the yellow to avoid the kisses. Probably will play 4 rails, long, short, long, red. Let's see what he does. Gotta avoid this kiss. Dangerous. For sure, he was trying to avoid that particular kiss. A well-known problem that comes up with that shot. I'm sure he was feeling the way to avoid it, but he just didn't achieve it during that effort. Henry still looking to make his second point. Difficult spot for Henry, who's not a seasoned tournament player. He's perhaps not as comfortable playing on the TV table as I'm sure Pedro's not bothered at all doing this his whole life. Pedro has represented the United States in international competition for decades now, and widely recognized as one of our country's best players. Shoots opposite-handed, very comfortably finding the natural. And the ball's set up very naturally. It's no accident. Five rails. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So Pedro's looking to solve this. 3 rails from the inside of the red. Just grazes it. So much control. A 5 railer. Perfect control. Pedro's command of all 3 balls is astounding. Just constantly creating big openings for himself. This is how he's able to make so many big runs. Wonderful. Pedro's stats show that his scoring efficiency is among the highest in the country. He has so few empty innings, less than 40%, close to 35% of empty innings. And in the other innings, he's got a tremendous scoring efficiency, as we're watching here. Back-to-back scoring. Currently on a run of 6. The students of the game can see exactly how it's done. Constantly gives himself high percentage chances of leaving good shots. Keeping the balls off the rails, keeping his cue ball in the middle, and the object ball's in the middle of the table. Stays far away from kisses. Lands full on the balls. A real beauty. Another one. Pedro just making it look so easy. Let me be sure to bank the red away from the yellow. See how he connects. Perfect. And that's a run of 8. Yellow's big in the corner, but he doesn't have a line on the red. So he's looking to potentially stun it off the yellow, playing very long and going 5 rails. Let's see if he can achieve that. Anything off the red is just too kissy. He needs to make sure he doesn't hit the yellow too full. It'll bother the red. So let's see if he gets the 5-railer. Nice. Does he have the line? Absolutely does. 100% of the ball. Tell you what, Pedro Piedrabuena is just looking better and better with every match. With every inning, he's just locked in on this table. We have to thank Royal Pro, sponsor, for the beautiful conditions. Consistency and speed and control of the spin has always been what the players look for, and they have nothing to want for with such high quality equipment here with the Royal Pro. So consistent, very little sensitivity to moisture in the air or the humidity. These, of course, are heated tables as usual. Top level 3-cushion tables from Korea here at Bergen Billiards, and that's a run of 10 by Pedro. And the players will take a break. In the mid-game break, they'll have 5 minutes, and let's thank our sponsors. Here, the sponsors of the 2026 USBA National Championship, Royal Pro. Just talking about the wonderful playing conditions. It's largely to do with the cloth. And the synthetic cloth that naturally wicks away moisture is been a cornerstone of the Amazing playing conditions here at Bergen Billiards. Aramith billiard balls, absolutely the best balls in the business. You can't really ask for anything better. Consistency of spin and just the high quality of the billiard balls here. Super Aramith Pro Cup balls being used here at the National Championship and every National Championship. Predator CRM, the world-class Predator technology being applied to revolutionize the Carom 3-cushion game with the Predator Revo Carom shaft being used by world champions, national champions everywhere. Check out Predator CRM. Available at CaromSports, CaromSports.com. You can find 3-cushion billiards cues. You can also find the arena billiard lights. You can also find other Carom gear, cloth, Royal Pro, also available at CaromSports.com. Jan Carl Custom Cues. Wonderful cues being used by several players here at this championship. Stealth Custom Cues, designed by 2020 national champion Tae-Kyu Lee. Full carbon fiber butts and shafts. Created Stealth Custom Cues. J Workshop Billiards is the cue mechanic and top-level New York player Sang-Jin Lee. He also makes his own cues. And in his J Workshop, he does a great job maintaining cues, shafts, cleaning cues, cleaning shafts. Bergen Billiards. Okay, back to the action. Players are back from their break. The second round. Henry is still struggling to score his second point. Let's not forget that he's looking for the ticky here. Let's see if he can get a full hit and back to the rail. He does. Looks like was able to clear his head a little bit during the break. Score line is right now not very competitive, but let's remember that this is Henry's only his 7th inning. Pedro just before the break made a run of 10. And Henry now looking like he's going to try to make his move. Now, it's not crucial. Henry wins this match. Right now, there are 3 players from each group, this group D, that will advance. But Henry does need to take care that he doesn't reduce his average too much, because the tiebreaker to make it in is average, and he will want to have a chance at making it in to the knockout phase. He needs to improve his average. And he runs a 2. Pedro looking at making a short angle. Gonna spin this back into the corner by his hand, and difficult to control and to hit. So let's see how he manages this. Beautiful. Pedro is such a master and a perfect gentleman. Longtime room owner on the West Coast in LA. Recently sold the room and is now playing full time. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot of really good play from Pedro from here on out. He told me right now he's able to wake up every day and just think about billiards. Tries to play a 5-rail, comes up a little short. Now, I'm not even so sure Pedro has had any empty innings. It seems like every inning he's scoring at least one. Pedro's scoring efficiency is so high that he's, according to the percentages, he's over 63% to score anytime he comes to the table. Now the question is whether he's going to run 2, 3, 4 or more points. And it's because of his exquisite position play and controlling the balls. Always finding the balls in the middle of the table, maximizing his chances to find opportunities. Model of focus and perfection. Looks like he might be playing across the table, or he might play a short angle. That's what he's doing. Beautiful. And he looks like he'll either play himself a cushion shot off the right side of the yellow, or he might even choose to bank at this, but I think he'll probably play off the yellow. If he can find a line to avoid any kisses with the yellow, he'll shoot off the yellow. Ooh, found the kiss. Pedro wincing as he goes back to his chair. Thinking about what went wrong. It certainly must be chalked up as an unforced error. Surely he wanted to miss that, pass that a little closer than, or a little less close than he did. Okay, but Henry has a chance to put up some points here. And Henry's got a very makeable short angle, and he miscues. Most certainly due to all the pressure to perform, especially at the breakneck speed that Pedro is exerting on him right now. Henry shakes his head. What a time to miscue, right? Now he's going to play the 7 rails. There's the 5th. Let's see if he gets the 6th and the 7th with the backup. Oh, he plays it. He played it. Just 6 rails. Just misses. Not an easy shot for Henry. Henry attempts to play a draw cross table shot. Didn't quite have enough draw to suck the the cue ball back to the red. Okay, so Pedro's gonna slice this yellow, avoid the red, and then go long, long, short. No matter what he does, he'll have a good shot. Oh, long, long, long. Red. Either way will do. Now it looks like he'll have to play another 5-rail off the red. This is a tricky position. If he tries to go 3 rails, the red can bother the yellow. This is the reason why he's playing it rail first and trying to go rail first into a 5-rail pattern. So it's a total of 6 rails. Too short. A really good effort. Looked really kissy. If he tried to stun it off the left side of the red, there were a lot of problems. Thin, also more kisses. So he chose to go rail first and just came a little short. Good effort by Pedro. Henry just looking to get some rhythm into his game. And that'll help. Scoring always seems to help. Sometimes it could be very demoralizing to just keep missing, even if you're missing by tiny margins. This is a great shot by Henry. A great effort. Just misses. Has a lot of safety built into it, but Henry needs to score at this point. Pedro's playing at 2 average pace. Which is certainly what he needs to do in order to lock up this national championship for himself. Once again, that if he wins, it will be his 13th. I should mention that Henry Ugartechea, among many businesses that he owns and runs, he owns a billiard room in Chicago called the 5,000 Years Carom Billiards. And where he hosted the national championship several years ago. He loves the game, supports it always. He's one of the donors in this tournament as well. So, a lot of passion for the game. Five rails here, very thin, and see if he can. Oh, he's trying to play 3 rails. He played 3 rail speed. He wanted to wiggle that ball, and just misses it. It gives Pedro a little bit of a challenge here. Last inning, Pedro had an uncharacteristic open inning. One gets the feeling that every time Pedro comes to the table, he's trying to run out the game. Masterfully passes the kisses, weaves around the red, and bang, 100% of the ball. What a beautiful shot. He can't, every time it looks like there's gravity on that last ball, pulling his cue ball toward it. That's how much control he has. One of the favorite position shots that everybody looks for. Pedro creates that with his cue ball almost every shot. He's looking to make more points, so he's deciding where he wants to drive the yellow next. The red ball is big as a basketball. Leaves nothing to chance. Leaves a perfect distance. Doesn't like exactly where he left that yellow. He would have preferred it closer to the corner, but still very manageable. He's going to play 4 cushions. Right side of the red, long, short, long right by his body. Then another long rail before the yellow. Just needs to be careful that what that red ball does. Red ball could come back and bounce into his cue ball. Solves that problem. And solves all the problems. Perfect. That's a run of 3. Pedro's pointing at his third rail. This is such a sensitive shot. He's almost frozen on the rail. He's got to put maximum English. He wants to catch the third rail in the middle of the short rail. Let's see if he does it. Oh, just misses it. Very, very difficult cueing. What made the shot so hard. To be frozen on the rail and have to put maximum English. Once again, Pedro wincing in the corner. And as any top player, give him a few seconds. He'll store that information in his memory and he will move on. So a mishit there. Henry desperately trying to avoid kissing the object ball into the white, and he ends up leaving Pedro a natural. Okay, now Pedro continues his onslaught, and he is playing for 3. Henry just sitting and thinking, how is it even possible to compete against a guy this strong? A guy with this much focus and this much knowledge. Five rails. Drive the red away from the yellow. Let's see if he does it. Oh, place at 7 rails. Let's see if he gets the backup. Okay, so Pedro with an uncharacteristic miss, but he only needs 3. And Henry really looking to improve his average. Five rails here. Once again, he tries to play 3. This time, he succeeds. Not rewarded, though. This is challenging. Tough shot. This is hard. He could go off the left side of the red and try to drop it in through the corner, but it's not easy. And there's some kisses involved, too, since he has to hit it. He tried to feather it. That's so hard. So hard. And in this position, but he doesn't leave Pedro with an easy shot. Pedro looking to control spin this and take it through the upper left corner. So easy to go too long on this. Any amount of follow together with English could be easily missed. Looks like he's just going to play it with follow, a flat ball. Let's see if he does it. Tries to hit the corner. Just misses it. He had a dead corner. Okay, so a couple of misses by Pedro and gives Henry a chance to improve his average. Looks like the easiest shot here. He has to hit bank shot. Let's see, 3 rails to the red. And just goes through. Pedro looking precisely where he needs to cut the red to avoid the positions, to avoid the kisses, and to finish this game out. He's going to do a outside English reverse on the first rail, running on the next 2, kisses out. It was a perfect hit. Just got a kiss. Very tough to gauge. But he's so far ahead. Uh-oh, kiss may have helped him. It's lucky. Let's take a look. Gets kissed out there. Friendly kiss. But he'll take it. Take what you get. Oh, but then he misses the natural. I think Henry's just a little nervous. Okay. He's going to pass this kiss intricately. There's a nice one. Cinches it. And Pedro Piedrabuena playing for 2. Perfect. Absolutely perfect judgment on that second, on the slide to the second rail and the cup on the third. Pedro Piedrabuena playing for 1. I believe he can feather this yellow with a little speed, but the hit has to be absolutely thin slice and the perfect dosage of English. He's laser focused. No kiss, just the ball hit has to be perfect. Wow, perfect hit. Beautiful shot by Pedro. And now he will now continue his perfect undefeated record. And Henry Ugartechea still has a chance to make it, although with that game, his average suffered, and if he does lose the next game, there is some outside chances that another player may surpass him in average. But we will not know until tomorrow, until the fat lady sings. So be sure to join me. Let me thank the sponsors one more time. Royal Pro, the amazing billiard cloth that everybody is super excited about. Professional playing conditions all year round. Super Aramith Pro Cup billiard balls, best in the business. Predator, CRM, Carom cues, Carom tables. J Workshop Billiards, the talented cue workman Sangjin Lee. Jan Carl Custom Cues, Stealth Custom Cues, designed by the Taekyu Lee, U.S. National Champion of 2020. And you can find all 3 cushion products at CaromSports.com. Thank you to Spin Hound for the scoring system and our host, Bergen Billiards. Signing off, host Ira Lee. Join us for through the weekend. We will crown our U.S. National Champion 2026.